Trading back into the first round, the Giants look to inject life into a languishing franchise, selecting Jaxson Dart as their new signal caller. Getting the nod 4 games into the season, the start of the Dart era was a roller coaster, producing splash plays and finally giving Giants fans a reason to watch, but plenty of ugliness came with it. So, let's cut through the chaos and find out if the Big Apple has its next star or just another washed out New York hopeful. A strength in Dart's game that's carried straight over to the NFL is the quick game. Having feasted in an RPO-heavy offense in college, these quick reads look easy for Dart to catch and release. With the Broncos bringing the heat and showing clear man coverage, Dart is quick to exploit it, firing fast on the double slants concept. More good quick reading here versus the Bears. Wan'Dale motions to a stack, and Dart's quick to read the leverage of the Bears' zone coverage, knowing the out finds the space. This still has to come out in rhythm, thrown at the break to access the free yards. Again, motion helps reveal the coverage and more fast finding versus the zone. When the backer bumps with the swing motion, it opens a gap to the hitch, and Dart's in rhythm to exploit the space. And this is good IDing to know exactly where to go versus man coverage. Knowing Derwin James has to work through the traffic, it's an easy catch and release to the flat, yet Derwin still works through to hold this short. When it comes to working past these first progressions, there's some good signs of the eyes moving and finding yards available. However, it's not perfect and the eyes can be slow at times like many a rookie. Here's some expert work and progressions in the empty set. Dart reads the 3 receiver side first, and seeing the mic look to guard the number 3 and the other receivers out leveraged, works backside to the bang route, knowing it'll open into a big window. Darius Slayton's wide open, taking this for a chunk into Niners territory. Here's a similar read versus the Bears, and an even more impressive throw. The Bears show 0, but bail to a cover 2, and Dart's reading the trip side first. The backer level stays shallow for the quick threats, and this opens up the intermediate space for the backside dig. His right guard has been shoved into his lap, but Dart manages to rip this over the backer to find Slayton once more. Later in the game, here's some nice work on the boot action. Rolling left, Dart's first 3 options are taken away, so he flips his hips and rips the ball to Wan'Dale on the backside crosser. The big thing you'll be waiting for if you're a fan of this channel is our evaluation on Dart's anticipation. Giants fans will be happy to know the sparks are there, even if he's struggling with location and some haziness on the reads. In the red area against the Saints, Dart shows off the anticipation and zip for 6. With the safety rotating into the box pre-snap, Dart has Theo Johnson one-on-one with Kool-Aid McKinstry on the seam ball. It's great anticipation, thrown at the top of the dropback and in time with the cut, ripping it before the safety can close. The location is a little off, but the timing saves him. While not as impressive a throw, the timing here to the deep curl is important to see. On the long downs and seeing zone, you've got to trust the arm and timing and rip this with the break, not allowing the defense to collapse. It's short on the long third, but it gives them a chance to attempt the 4th. With the shorter third down, an excellently timed ball under pressure gets them the first. The rocket motion forces the Eagles' hand into showing man coverage, and Dart is brave into the pressure, knowing a well-timed ball wins to the sail route. Jumping when throwing is ill-advised, but you can't argue with the outcome, hitting his man in stride for a big conversion. Where Dart has truly excelled at the pro level is with his legs. With almost 500 yards and 9 scores in just 12 games, Jaxson continually tested teams on the ground, both on design runs and broken plays. Around the goal line, the Giants build all manner designs in to give their best playmaker the power to score, displaying great vision to find the end zone. High red versus the Chargers this time, and the QB draw works to perfection. Scatterbo lays a great lead block, and Dart turns on the Jets to split everybody for the score. And running the bash concept versus the Bears, Dart displays all the skills. Great patience to follow the block, then bounce to space. Turn on the Jets to beat one defender, juke to set up a block, and take it in for 6. Dart was just as effective in non-designed runs, often looking to use his legs or extend a little too much, but he certainly made defenses pay. Everyone drops way too deep on this third down, and with no rush contained, Dart takes off, faking out Derwin James with an awkward juke, then leaping for the first. These jukes kept many drives alive, and while the contact is too much, more on that later, it's no doubt a special skill for a quarterback. And this time, versus one of the best linebackers in the league, Dart's up and through and making him look silly, scampering his way in for 6. This movement ability naturally leads to a fun improv player. However, his eyes did drop too much, leading to too many instances of this type of play. Dart wants to find Wandell on the whip route here, but as he goes to release, two bears get their mitts up and spook him away from the read. Jaxson pumps and resets, escaping out the pocket and doing a good job to keep his eyes up, ripping a bullet to the sideline over the undercutting defender. More good working to dodge and extend creates 6 points. Dart's forced off the spot in the play action concept, but the rest of the Denver D is all out of whack, as Dart easily steps through the muddled rush, spots Daniel Bellinger wide open behind everyone, and launches for the score. And this is one of Dart's best plays of his best game of the season. He steps up and through when pressure comes off the edge, but interior pressure makes him reset once more, looking left, then dodging back right. The eyes get back up when he finds space, and Wandell's wide open on the sideline, making one man miss and using his speed to get the score. Backyard football at its finest. This video is sponsored by PrizePicks. America's #1 sports picks app is super easy to use. All you have to do is pick more or less on a few player stats, and your lineup is set, ready to win cash prizes. The baseball season is in full flow, and now's the time to pick your team. I'm choosing Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado to have a big series against the Giants. PrizePicks is also available in over 30 states, including California, Texas, and Florida. Best of all, play your first $5 to get $150 in lineups if you win. That's right, PrizePicks just switched up their offer, so there's no better time to join. Lock in and win that first lineup. That's code HMA at signup to get $150 in bonus lineups if you win your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. While there are plenty of good signs on tape for Jaxson Dart, there's still some large deficiencies that have me questioning his longevity in this league. The first problem that stands out is a real want to drop his eyes to find the pressure, whether or not it truly existed. This led to too many missed chances and opened himself up to too many hits, running a toss variant of a league staple, play action Gronk. The guard pulls to sell the run, and the tight end gets in behind the backer level, setting up a potential chunk play. But Dart's eyes aren't looking at the over route, dropping for the incoming rush, leading to a sack. This play is bad eyes all around, as he scares himself away from multiple opportunities. They get perfect coverage for the double wheel route rub concepts, and Dart needs to pick a side and get this to the sky, allowing his wide receivers to run away from the coverage. But Dart's eyes are fluttering down to the rush, forcing himself into a ball right. There's still a chance to dump this off, but he twists his way into a sack. And against the Eagles, the Giants' levels concept opens up a nice option. The Mike tags the underneath route, opening up a window to his tight end, but Dart's eyes don't stay with it. Instead, they drop to look at the rush, and then take him headfirst into chaos. More concerningly, not all of these misses are coming from dropped eyes or pressure. Jaxson just leaves too many yards on the field. This is a nice call by the Giants OC to attack a passive Bears cover 2, running 2 inside release corners attacking the vulnerable gaps. The line builds a wall to protect Dart, and there's a chunk play on the near sideline. But Dart's eyes are the wrong way, missing a chance to the corner and the check down, meandering his way into a scramble. And here's another missed opportunity against the Patriots. Running the league's trendy insert concept, the Giants go play action, using the insert player to divert the coverage, opening up the middle of the field for the dig route. Dart staring right at it, but just never pulls the trigger. He dances and takes off for the first, but this is still a miss. Against the 49ers, his eyes get through the progressions, but more failure to pull the trigger. He correctly identifies the trip side is a no-go, and as he works backside, that crossing route between the zones is open once more. But Jaxson never appears to see him, dancing in the pocket with no awareness for the rusher wrapping all the way around, leading to a crunching hit. And this might be the worst of the bunch. A perfectly dialed up dagger concept into the Saints zone coverage opens Darius Slayton for a big catch and run, providing Dart times this out in front. The protection is excellent, and Dart's eyes appear to be looking right at it, but there's no throw. Instead, he's hesitating into calling his own number, forgetting to bring the ball with him. While there are flashes of anticipation, the whole clock in general needs to speed up. Too many intermediate shots are missed because he's late, and this spills into quicker reads too. The NFL is so much exponentially faster than college, and if you're late to a ball in the pros, DBs will break it up. But perhaps the biggest problem in all of Dart's game is his ability to locate the deep shot. One of the major reasons the Giants' offense struggled last season was a complete lack of ability to stretch the field. And while the receiving core wasn't good, many of these fell on Dart's shoulders. When aiming long, the already poor mechanics fall apart, exaggerating the windup and throwing off a poor platform, leaving the ball late and drifting offline. Against the Saints, the Giants execute a perfectly timed flea flicker, getting Darius Slayton running free behind the defense. This looks like a guaranteed home run shot, but Dart is way short thanks to an exaggerated windup and poor weight transition. Slayton has to slow down to meet it, and the safety is allowed back into the play to deny the completion. Against the Broncos, a chance for 6 is once more missed due to a slow release and bad platform. He's clicking his heels on the dropback and throwing off the rhythm, leaving him late and behind on the corner post shot. And this really should have been picked off. Without the ability to go deep, the Giants have no complementary piece to what should be a strong run game. And the defenses won't be afraid to load boxes and take away the stuff Dart has been good at. This has got to be better in 2026. And the last problem to consider, and it's another biggie, Dart's unwillingness to protect himself. Playing with guts is admired in the NFL, but Jaxson is damn right reckless with his body. He appears to have no ability to slide despite being a really good high school baseball player and has a horrible habit for trying to initiate contact when going out of bounds. While he might have been the biggest or strongest on the field at lower levels, this will never be true in the NFL, and contact like these often end in calamities. All this running talent is only useful if you're available, and Dart needs to learn from someone other than Scatterbo on what to do in these situations. Jaxson Dart is a tricky evaluation. There are certainly flashes of the top traits you need to see, and he's certainly a gamer who turns it up in the big moments. But the holes in the game are a big concern. Combining a tendency to lower your eyes under pressure with slow reading and a want to extend seems like a recipe for disaster. Add on accuracy issues and an inability to protect yourself, and it's easy to make the case against. However, the flashes will keep coaches intrigued and give Giants fans a reason to watch. Let's see if strides can be made in year 2.